What you see before you is a 24-inch Litex Gaskin. Finished in a brushed nickel finish with cherry blades that are reversible to a driftwood finish on the top. Blade pitch is 30 degrees, very steep. Top shot showing all the labels adorning the top. Standard affair down rod ball socket mount, non-flush mountable. The down rod is 4 inches on this fan, which I modified to fit in my hallway here. These come out of the box with a 6-inch down rod. So the Litex Gaskin, these have been around for a while. And originally these were under the Harbor Breeze brand name. But Harbor Breeze discontinued them, quit selling them, and so Litex took over the model and are now selling them as under the Litex brand. These were available in 3 finishes. You had brushed nickel, you also had oil rub bronze with the same blades, cherry to driftwood, and then there's also an all black model as well. The all black model was intended to be used as an outdoor fan. Basically, the black model just has a hook instead of the standard junction box mounting system, down rod ball socket, mounting bracket, hardwired. But the black one just has a hook where you can hook it on any kind of hook you want to. And it has a plug end on it so you can plug it into whatever. It's basically as a portable outdoor style ceiling fan. Those I think were still under the Harbor Breeze brand. But however, these are Litex. So I bought these brand new a couple weeks ago. Put them up last weekend. And of course, being in my hallway, I have a second one down there. So we're going to look at the other one here. Like I said, same orientation. Turn on the lights. Show you what those look like on. They're pretty good for a hallway. They light up the hallway pretty good. These are, the only thing I don't like about these lights is that they're the LED plates, which you'll have to special order them if they do go out, which chances are they will, after an extended period of time. And so just replacing a light bulb, you know, you have to replace the LED plate. But that's my only gripe about the light. Motor inside these fans are 153 by 15. And not much else to say about them. Let's go ahead and jump in. Start this one on low and we'll back up. And start this one on low. Or not, this pull chain's somehow a little finicky. So as you can see, they're pretty fast as you would expect. However, if you can hear, these already make a bearing noise. Now these fans, like I said, I put up last weekend, and I've only been able to use them between then and now for probably about 6 hours of use, since it is early to mid-April. It's not really that hot out yet. So, yeah, it goes to show you the quality of the bearings they use in fans nowadays are just terrible. So that is one of my gripes. I'm going to keep an eye on them. If it gets progressively worse, then I will replace them. as I think it is ridiculous. And the reason why I replaced the Metairie 2s that I had up in here is because those were making a bearing noise, but that had to happen after 4 years of use, not 4 hours after use. So, yeah, I'm definitely not too thrilled about that. Take them up to medium. But these fans do throw out a pretty good breeze for their size. And I'll also have to replace that pull chain. I'm not really too big fan of that pull chain either. Now, of course, some of the noise you're hearing is the blades whirring around, but half of that noise is the bearings. Of course, they do have a small audible hum, which is to be expected. But like I said, the bearing noise is definitely annoying. This one's the worst out of the two. And high. High speed, we're cooking at around 315 RPM here. Yeah, these little fans fly. With the 30-degree blade pitch, 6 blade fans, these are pretty good air movers. They are definitely more powerful than the Metairie 2s that I had up in here earlier. I'm sure this space probably hinders their performance a little bit. If these were installed in a more open space, these would move more air. There's the light back on. But despite their little quirks like that, these are pretty slick fans. Like I said, hopefully over time the bearings just work in and they quiet up, but I doubt it. So likely I'll have to take these down one day to replace the bearings. So that's all I got. I guess before I go, I'll give you a glance of the box. Be right back. All right, here's the box. For one of them at least. Litex logo there. 24-inch Gaskin, engineered for excellence. 1,268 CFM rating, which oddly enough, I just looked at the Metairie 2s and they have a 1,460 CFM rating. But I'm still pretty adamant that these move more air than the Metairie 2s did. There's the brushed nickel model on the box with the cherry side down. On this side, we have, of course, both models there, brushed nickel and oil rub bronze. Top just has your typical information. And on the back side, it's in Spanish. And there's the oil rub bronze model with the driftwood blade showing down. What's funny enough is that I think on the driftwood, the oil rub bronze, the blades are finished opposite of the brushed nickel model. As you can tell, the driftwood blades are showing here. the cherries on top, but you'll notice that it's in the same orientation where the curved edge of the blade is facing down versus the top. So it's pretty interesting how they did that. I kind of wish the brushed nickel had the same blade orientation as the oil rub bronze, because I kind of like the way the fans look with the flat side of the blade facing down, but it is what it is. That's just my personal opinion. So yeah. So I'm going to end things off here. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video on these two 52-inch Litex Gaskin ceiling fans. Brand new. Stay cool. Take care. Peace.